Hello and welcome back to another video of Zayo33. Today with an anime review about a little bit old anime Hatarakou Maou-sama, or otherwise known as The Devil is a Part-Timer. Well, it's one of my all-time favorites, and I decided to make the videos because I know it's an old anime, but still, I really liked it and still like it. I have watched it 3 times now. It's also dubbed and subbed, by the way, for people who want dubs. There is one. So about Hatarakou Maou-sama, I think it's an all-rounder because it has a lot of genres that match well together. They executed all genres pretty well. We have a little bit of action, with some fighting scenes and what's gonna happen next kind of moments. We have a little bit of romance, but just mostly hinted. It's not too much. We have character development. Although it's a short anime, we do have character development and even relationship developments between the characters, especially between our demon lord and the half angel, half human hero Emilia, who's actually fighting them back in Isla, the word they actually came from. What happens in the anime is our main characters all come from the world called Isla, which is split into 3 kinds of beings. It's the demons with their special abilities, the normal humans that are like the humans in our world, pretty normal people, and the angels, where Emilia is a half human, half angel being, and so she is the only one, or one of the few people that can use a specific sword against the emperor. So she's made kind of to fight him in that war that's happening in their planet, on the world, or whatever. And it's kind of a reverse isekai anime, because we start off in their own world and end up in our world. And it has a lot of funny moments. I really like the humor of it. I like the bickering between the demon lord and Emilia, and the misunderstandings created by other people who were watching them. And in general, it has a few edgy moments, but not too much. We also, as I said, have some hints of romance. We have quite a few characters that were added a bit later in the anime, and you still get to know a lot, enough about all those characters in 13 episodes. I mean, it's a 13-episode anime, it's quite short, and still you get all that plot. What I liked most about it, apart from the comedy part, is that you get to understand how the demon lord was thinking back when he was in Isla, and due to the hero Emilia also being there, and they kind of relying on each other a little bit, since they are in our world and don't really have their normal powers. They get to know each other better, and the demon lord actually starts to understand how humans might have felt during that war better, and tries at least understands Emilia also a little bit better and everything. Hello guys, this is Editor Me speaking to you. Now you might be wondering, why is she talking to us while editing the video? Well, this video was actually filmed 2.5 months ago. This was even before I uploaded the very first video on my YouTube channel. So, it was one of the very first times I filmed myself, and it was very uncomfortable and awkward, and I was definitely very nervous sitting in front of the camera. And I don't know how much of that you can see or hear in my video, but I certainly can see and hear it, especially since I had to edit out a lot of ums and likes. But regardless of that, this is not the reason why I'm talking to you. But what actually happened on the day is my video got interrupted, and after I came back to finish off the video, I didn't continue where I had actually left off. So a big part of the plot is missing. Well, half of the plot is missing, and I then continued to tell you if I enjoyed it, my opinion, and closed the video. So I'm gonna just quickly in 2 minutes add what I had forgotten. So after our supernatural protagonists came to our Earth, they of course had to somehow adapt to our way of living, to our society, and to make a living, as they couldn't really use their magic abilities, at least not to the fullest extent and not for a long period of time, since I think in our world we don't really have a lot of magic in our atmosphere that they can feed off in order to use it, and that leads them to have to get a job to be able to, of course, live and have a house and to do everything that we have to do, at least to the point they can return to their own world, Isla. And okay, not everyone got a job that came there, but our devil sure did. and he got a part-time job at McDonald's. Now, I know that name McDonald's, it sounds very familiar. Yes, it's McDonald's, a fast food chain. So he started working there, and him working there is actually one of like a big part of comedy and the whole anime. Of course, it's hinted already by the title. Because at least while I was watching it, I constantly had the comparison of that brutal, overpowered lord of that other world that started war and was killing humans and everything else. And then you have him in our world working at McDonald's and being one of the most hardworking, timid, nice, nicest, friendliest people ever, and actually so careful in his job and trying to being so perfect all the time and working really hard to even get something small like a promotion or even a little bonus or whatever. And that contrast of how he was and how he is here is quite huge and definitely leads to a lot of comedic moments, but also introduces him to other human beings and starts new, interesting, and needed introductions of other characters that will be important later in the story. Other things you see in that anime are everyday life situations that actually normal human beings have to deal with, but for them it's even harder since they aren't really human and they just came to our world, so they aren't really accustomed to how we work and they don't really know every detail of it. Even ordering stuff through internet or something like that can have some legal consequences, etc., and they have to deal even with stuff like that. So it's sometimes that's really funny to see or to think how actual people that don't live with the same system we do would react to certain stuff like that. And other than that, you have some fighting scenes. We get to see a lot of Ante-Isla and how it worked and why some things happened there and what things happened and led actually to our protagonist come to Earth. And what I really liked is also that Ante-Isla and a lot of things that happened there and things that actually led to our protagonist actually end up on Earth is getting explained slowly but steadily throughout the anime. And of course, like, it's not in all detail like it's gonna be in the light novel and you don't get the whole story, but at least you understand a little bit more of what the situation was and how the war actually began, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that not even all characters there knew, but they got to know towards the end of the anime, or throughout the anime, more precise. We also get to see some different kinds of confrontations and fights between other supernatural beings and some people we did know before and didn't know before. Okay, so that was Editor Me, and now you're gonna see my past self explain everything else to you. Bye bye, hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and sorry if I'm being super awkward. I can't really say too much without spoiling the anime, but in general, I really enjoyed watching it. As I said, like, all genres used work together really well, and if you want to watch something that's lighthearted without drama, that's kind of interesting, well, I think that's the anime. It also has the supernatural aspect to it, as I said, and some fighting scenes, some action. I think it's an anime that pretty much everyone can enjoy and every gender can enjoy. It doesn't matter if you're female or male, I think you would enjoy watching it. And it's not too long with 13 episodes, so again, like, the only thing that is kind of sad is that it doesn't have a second season. It's based on a light novel though, and if you don't really want to read the light novel, you can just read the Wikipedia and get how the anime would kind of end. So yeah, like, it's a pity actually it's not a second season about an anime, but okay. I really recommend you watching it, especially if you love comedy action animes, like, because that's what mostly is happening there, and especially if you like a supernatural touch to it, that's the perfect anime for you. And as I said, I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it, and I hope you like it too. So I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.